Yeah, morning all. Yes, and sorry for the delay. Yes. So today we'll be discussing about Django framework. Yes. So as part of this, I'm going to cover the following things. So before I go with the actual web applications development, right? We need to know something about Django, its history of Django, features of Django. One second. What is a web framework? What is Django? Why Django? Key advantages, history of Django, features, characteristics, companies using Django, and difference between MVC and MVT architecture. Right? Java follows MVC, Python follows MVT architecture. Right? What is a web framework? Web frame. See, Python has got many frameworks, right? Like Django is one, the famous framework. Apart from Django, various frameworks supported by Python. Django, Flask, Pyramid, Turbo, Bottle. So these are the various frameworks supported by Python. Django, Flask, Pyramid, Turbo, and Bottle, right? Among all these, Django is the most famous framework for developing web applications. So can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible or not, right? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Fine. So why we need to go for Django? What are the main advantage of Django as flexible features? At a rapid speed, we can develop a web application using Django, right? At a rapid speed, you can develop a web application and very less coding we see. Flexible features provided by Django. It has got its own database. It has got its own application server, right? Yes. Absolutely. So Django is one of the mostly used framework of Python used for web development, right? The framework, what do you mean by framework? Is a code library which helps you to build flexible web applications, right? Yes, for building flexible web applications, we use framework, right? Code library. Yes. What is Django? It's a web development framework for Python. It's a web development framework for Python, which offers a fast and effective website development. So everything you are able to see everything at a single place where everything, some of that, it's very simple and easy to connect with any database. I said already it has got its own database. And if you want to connect any other database also, it's very simple, right? Not like other programming languages, like need to have the knowledge of many other drivers, other things, right? So Django helps in building and maintaining quality web applications. And also the development process, it enables to make the development process smooth and time saving, right? Yes. So before we go right, and why Django, key advantages, right? First thing is easy to set up and run. It's very simple to set up and run this. It provides ready to use interfaces. We have got many interfaces, right? Ready to use interfaces for a kind of administrative kinds of activities. We can build all types of systems like social networks, scientific computing platforms using this. And it also provides end-to-end application testing, end-to-end application testing. And also we have got a REST framework. We have got REST framework, which has got support for several authentication protocols and for security purposes, right? Yes. History of Django, if you see history of Django, right? Yes. Django was released in the year 2005. Why the name Django means? It's the name of a guitarist. It's the name of a guitarist, Django Reinhardt, right? In 2008, it was declared DJANGO Software Foundation, DSF. DJANGO Software, just like Python Software Foundation, we have got DJANGO Software Foundation, which is maintaining DJANGO. The first version was released in the year 2009, 1.1, next 1.2 in the year 2010, and 1.11 in 2017. And the 2 version also in 2017, and the third version was released in the year 2021. 2021 third version, in 2022 we got the fourth version. The version that what we are using currently is fourth version, right? Yes. And what are the general features of DJANGO? Right? Means it is we can provide patterns for the URLs. Right? Any web application requires a URL, right? Like gmail.com, facebook.com, for any web application, right? So we can define patterns, different types of patterns for the URLs in your application. And powerful URL system, built-in authentication system, automatic admin interface. See all these during our application development, you can see these things practically. As of now, you can just observe these things. What are the features? Built-in authentication system, powerful URL system, and we have got automatic admin interface for adding, editing, and deleting. Generally in SQL, if you want to add a new record, or if you want to delete a new record, or if you want to modify a record, right? Compulsory we write some code, but here nothing. We have it just like we have some symbols. Plus means to add, for deleting, for adding, for editing. We have some symbols kind of things, right? Functionalities available in this DJANGO where we won't write any coding for it, directly to add, for adding, for deleting, for editing. Just we can click some button types you will be having here. The flexible feature provided by DJANGO. And also we can customize the admin panel as per our requirement, right? Yes. So the companies using DJANGO, like some of the companies like Bitbucket, Discuss, NASA, PBS, Public Broadcasting Service, right? Pinterest using DJANGO, Instagram, yes, Mozilla, like Washington Post, NY Times, LA Times, National Geographic, right? And Discovery channels using this DJANGO. Even you can just check in this Google, right? Many other companies. And difference between MVC and MVT architecture, right? MVC, model view controller, and model view template. Observe MVC and MVT. Model view controller, that is in Java. In Python, we see like MVT. MVT. Model view template. Model nothing but database. If you want to create a web application, database compulsory, yes. View, Python, we are using Python, right? Python views, class-based views and function-based views we use, right? For writing this Python business. If you want to implement any business logic, we write in view. For implementing any business logic, we write within the view function, right? Yes. Okay. And for templates we create, right? Like HTML using CSS, JS, JavaScript, all this, right? We create many templates. So we see like using this MVT, how we are going to interact with the static web page, database, in the middle like Python, right? So if you want to store, if you enter any details within your web page, right? Those details, once you click the submit button, Python takes those details and stores the details within the database. Means interaction between this MVT, right? Sorry. MVT. Models, views. Models are the classes. Models are the classes for creating a database. For creating a database table. Submit that web page, the details, whatever all the details you have entered, Python takes and stores in the database. Tomorrow, if you want to retrieve, right, get the details from database. Python is going to take the details and going to display on the web page. So Python takes the help of HTML, CSS, right, for displaying your output on the web page with different font, colors, images, right? If you want to display some customer data, employee data, or students data on your web page in the form of tables, HTML tables, right? We can use the tables in a structured format. It is going to display. Okay. MVT architecture. So in case of differentiating between MVC and MVT, here we need to write a lot of logics, lot of coding required, right, in model view controller. But here, very less coding we see here in only Python, very less coding. Even DJANGO has got many flexible features, right? That all you will be seeing at a rapid speed. We can develop a web application. Yes. So I'll just, if there is nothing theoretical here, there is nothing theoretical here, everything practical oriented. So just for developing the web applications, interactive applications, right? So how this MVT architecture. First, I'll discuss some applications, right? Basic applications. So from that, you will get the idea, the functionalities. So later I'll discuss that. By that, you will come to know, right, how this request response architecture. It follows like request response architecture. If you're giving a request and how you are going to get the response, how the request is processed and how you are going to get the response, who is going to process the request, who is going to process your request, right, this entire architecture, and who is going to provide the response, everything you will come to know, right? So a simple web application, I'll show you a simple, see nothing, what all we have discussed, right, there features, advantages, all this you will come to know practically while doing your application, right? So PyCharm is the mostly used IDE, right? PyCharm is the mostly used IDE. Again, in PyCharm, we have got two editions, right? Like community edition and professional edition. Professional edition, right? Yes. Community is just to develop Python code or to execute Python only. You cannot create a web application in this community edition of PyCharm, right? You need to go for professional, for web development, right? Yes. Professional. For web development. Okay, so just if you want to download and install PyCharm, downloading and installation of PyCharm, right? So PyCharm professional, not community. Already you can have community, it is available, not a problem. Keep it and you can just execute Python code. And installing PyCharm professional, right? Downloading and installation of PyCharm professional, right? Go to Google, right? So I said whatever applications we are doing, right? It's like hands-on. You'll be doing parallelly along with me, right? It's up to you doing parallelly. Otherwise, making notes and later you can just practice it. Go to Google and say PyCharm download. PyCharm download. It is given by JetBrains. Please be in mute. Mohan. So go to Google and just say Python download. It will be redirected to JetBrains. Okay, just I'm opening Google. So if you can do parallelly along with me, you can just follow parallelly along with me and just download and install, right? Yes. So just say PyCharm download. Just say PyCharm download, right? Yes. So you get this download PyCharm, jetbrains.com. Okay, download PyCharm, Python IDE for professional. Click it. It will read, okay, see, it is redirecting to jetbrains.com, right? Jetbrains.com. You can see this download PyCharm, right? Yes. Okay. So before this, okay, let me show you the step-by-step process. And before that, let me just uninstall the previous version, right? Yes. Apps. PyCharm community is there, right? Yes. PyCharm community edition and PyCharm professional, right? Yes. Community, let it be as it is, but I'm uninstalling this PyCharm professional, right? Yes, uninstall, right? Uninstall. Just I'm saying uninstall. Okay, I'm closing this, right? So go to this jetbrains.com. Yes, here professional edition you can see, right? And community edition you can see. Community for pure Python development. Just observe for pure Python development, right? Yes. And professional, right? Yes, for 30 days. Okay, trial it is, but later how to work it, I will be just showing you. Right? Yes. Download. Just download this. It will be just 1 second.
Vijay, like, are there any special features in this professional one? Can't we use Visual Studio Code?
Yeah, Visual Studio also can be used.
Okay.
Visual Studio also can be used. For 8 MB, yes. Going slowly, right?
You need to download this professional or community.
Professional. You need to download this professional edition, right? Not community, professional. 1 second. also discuss on VS Code also, right? 1 second. Just give me a second. Right. So anyone done with this downloading process? Yes. So it's taking time for the down. I'm stopping this as of now. Just I've got some other uh, just the previous download versions, right? I'm just downloading and just installing this, right? Just to see this installation process, I can download and can install it. So if it is taking time, you can just download and install later. See that. So this is not the latest version, but it's the previous version, right? For PyCharm. Okay. And download that automatically downloads the latest version, right? And just to go with the installation process, say next, next, nothing, no need to just create the shortcut on your desktop. That's enough, right? Create a desktop shortcut. That's enough. And say next, install, right? So it is older version, right? It's not the latest version. So it's taking time for the download process. So I've taken the older download version, right? Yes. So it hardly takes just 2 to 5 minutes, right, to install this. Hardly takes 2 to 5 minutes to install this, right? Yes. So normal installation only, no need of any complex steps here in the installation. It automatically finds for it automatically for Python installation in your system. So you need to have Python pre-installed. For installing this PyCharm Professional, you need to have Python. You need to have Python should already been installed. You can have multiple versions of Python installed in your systems, not a problem. See, if you check in my system, I got nearly 3.8, 3.9, 3.10, 3.11. 4 versions of Python are installed. Python 3.8, 3.9, 3.10, and 3.11. 4 versions are installed. So automatically it will ask you to select which Python version you want within this PyCharm, right? Yes, during this applications creations. Okay, 1 second. 1 second. Okay. PyCharm setup is completed. Just run PyCharm. Otherwise, you can go to your desktop and just click that. Okay. Finish. Just say finish. That's enough. Close project. Okay. So I just opened PyCharm. We can see it's a new project. New project you want to create or already open project. See, already I did this for the previous batch. My project 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. In this way, these are the projects, that is applications I have created for the previous batch, right? So if you want to open any, which one you want to say open. Otherwise, if you want to open a new project, I want to just perform a new project. Say new project. Selecting a new project, right? So you can just this today you can just install, download, install, and work. From tomorrow, right? From the next session onwards, you can do parallelly along with me. Once your total setup is ready, right? Your download process, installation process is completed. So you can just do along with me parallelly from next session, right? But just observe the steps. Yes. Once you enter into this DJANGO new project, it will ask what you want. DJANGO means which framework you want. DJANGO you want, Flask you want, Pyramid you want, or Web2Py you want. Which one you want to select? Which framework you want to select, right? DJANGO. If you want only Python, go for Python. If you want web application creation, go for Django. Or if any other, you can select it. Even for Angular JS, React JS, all this it is support, right? Just select Django, right? Yes. Select Django and just do one thing before we go, right?
Sir, after installation, when I try to open it, is asking for license.
Yes, Vijay, it asks for license.
Yes. Some query was asked.
Yeah. Okay, so when we open, after installing, when we open the Django, right, PyCharm, it is asking for license.
Okay. So yes. So can anyone share the screen if you're trying to install? I want some of you to just share the screen. Yes. Anyone, if you're done with the installation, right? Yes. Yeah, anyone sharing the screen? You can see that share screen option, right? Yes. Yeah. So it will be asking for this. Just select start trial. Start trial. You can see there, right? Yes, start trial, right? If you say it will give for 30 days trial only. It's a licensed one, right? Later I'll show how to work after 30, right? Yes. Start trial and just Log into JetBrains account. Yes. Log into JetBrains account. Yes. So it will ask just your details. It will ask for the username and password. Or sign in with Google. You can say yes. You can sign in with Google. Yes. Not a problem. So here, okay. Password should be strong. Otherwise,
So,
until your password is strong, it won't accept it. So here,
okay,
make
sir.
sure you choose a strong password, right?
Okay, sir.
So here, first try to enter some password which should have numericals, uppercase, lowercase, and special symbols included, right?
Okay, sir.
If until you give a strong password, you cannot go further. So you give some uppercase, lowercase, anything. A special symbol like @ Okay, repeat the password again. So everyone, until you enter a strong password, it won't agree. Yes, yes, submit, you say yes. Okay, authorization successful, right? Yes. You can close this page and return to the ID, right? Yes. So here, start trial. Can you see one option you got? Just hold on. So everyone, you will get this. Now you will get this option. Start trial. It will ask. Start a trial, right? After you give your, if you're logging with your Gmail account, or if you're giving some username and password, after your authentication is completed, it will ask start with your start trial, right? So later I'll also show you on VS Code, Visual Studio Code also, right, where it's free, right, where we can work with. Okay, so start trial, you say yes. Click that start trial, right? So once you install PyCharm, it will just, you need to go for start trial there and just give some login with your Gmail account and say start trial. Slowly it opens this. It will go to that IDE. It will redirect to your PyCharm IDE, right? Yes. So just it is asking what? Continue, you can say. Continue. Next. So these are your okay. Next. All of these are tips. You close these tips. Close it at the top right. Okay. These are tips that is given, right? Yes. Now you can go to the file menu once. Please go to the file menu, top left corner, right? Click it and say close project. Close project. So already if you did any project, okay. Now, okay. Say new project. Try to say new project. Try to say no. At the top right corner. Top right corner. No. Right side. Yes. New project is there, right? Click it. And you will see DJANGO. Select the DJANGO. Yes, everyone up to here you got right. So we are going to do a DJANGO project. So if you want to set any other frameworks other than DJANGO, like Flask or Pyramid, all these are Python frameworks only. Pyramid is your Python framework. Flask is the Python framework, and DJANGO is also DJANGO. All these are Python frameworks, but Django is the first, right, mostly used one. Yes, we are going to develop a Django application, right? Yes, click it. Okay, so from here on, I'll share my screen. Yes, stop sharing. Yes. Okay. If anyone face problem, you can just share the screens, right? Yes. So you need to make everyone. You need to make a Python And later I'll show you on VS Code, right? You can just execute on any IDs. All right. Okay, I'll share my screen. So nearly I said I'll be showing you 20 applications creations where you will be doing along with me parallelly, right? Step by step. Yes. So here select DJANGO project. And I said you to create within the C drive or any drive. You create one folder with the name DJANGO apps. Create a folder with the name, any name you can give, but try to give a name. DJANGO apps. DJANGO apps. Create this folder, right? DJANGO apps folder I've created, where I'll show where I'm going to store all my applications within this DJANGO apps folder present in the C drive. Within C drive, DJANGO apps folder. See, if you see in the previous batches, DJANGO apps one, my project 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In this way, yes, previous DJANGO apps 2. So in this way, you are storing all your applications at a single place. Tomorrow, if you uninstall PyCharm also, it won't affect or it won't remove any of your things, right? Yes, I'm creating a separate folder with the name DJANGO apps. It is empty as of now, but later, yes.
Now, in any drive, we can create C, D, or S, C, any drive that will be fine.
Any drive you can create, but if you got any security issues or any other things available in C drive, you can go for D drive. But every time, okay, only every time you need to select, not every time. See, observe here, it will ask to browse location. It will ask to browse where your folder is available, where I need to create the project, C drive, D drive, or E drive. You can create in any drive, and you can just, I'm selecting C drive. In the C drive, right? Observe within the C drive, DJANGO apps, right? Yes, DJANGO apps. Say okay, that's enough. Within the DJANGO apps, again say slash, just say some my PROJ1, my project 1. A sample application, sample project I'm going to show you now. My project 1, right? Yes. So what I said, C drive, DJANGO apps folder. Within that, my application or my project is going to get created. And next, if you observe carefully here, base interpreter, which Python interpreter you want to use? Here, if you see, if you click it, it will ask Python 3.8, 3.9, 3.10, or 3.11. If you got multiple Python versions. So if you observe, it should have already taken some default one. It should have already taken. See, everyone doing parallel along with me? Yes.
Yes.
Let me know how many of you are doing parallelly. Please type in the chat panel saying yes, so that I can wait for every step. Yeah, everyone try to say yes in the chat panel if you are doing parallelly along with me. Yes. Okay. So the remaining people also try to just download, install PyCharm and make it ready by the next tomorrow's session, right? You can do parallelly. So if anybody gets error, you can just immediately, you can say, and you can share the screen, right? Yes. So yes.
Sir,
Why?
after
Because
in location, sir.
Yes. So even one thing, let me complete. So even you need to know whenever errors occurred, you need to how to rectify the errors by seeing if any students getting errors, right? So that you will be just confirm why that error has occurred. So that next time if such kind of error, you will be rectifying by yourself, right? Yes. Location, you can just browse here. Browse option available at the right side, and select the folder where you want to store all your applications or projects, right? Yes, understood. Location, but don't forget to select DJANGO. Don't select Python. Select DJANGO here at the left side. And here, by default, if you observed, as it selected some interpreter for you by default. If only one available, by default it takes it. But if multiple are there, it will ask. Okay. So Python 3.11, I'm using what? Python 3.11, right? Yes, observe. And now can you see more settings here at the bottom? More settings means. So whenever, see here, one thing. Project creation steps. Project creation steps. First one, creating a project folder. Creating a project folder. Creating application folder. Specifying URL for your application. Specifying URL for your application. Views.py, right? Views. So what are these? Slowly for first two applications, you will feel something new, right? Okay, but from the third applications, you will come to know first 4-5 steps will be same, right? First 3-4 steps. Writing views. Implementing business logic. Implementing business logic. Migrate. Run server. Giving request in the browser. So these are the steps, project creation steps, right? Creating a project folder, application folder. Yes. Specifying URL for your web application, writing views, migrate, run server, giving request. Just within 5 minutes, we'll complete all this, right? 5 to 10 minutes, a sample web project, right? But I said at a rapid speed, you can develop a web application using DJANGO, right? So within 10-15 minutes, we'll try to complete this. Okay. Giving request in the browser, right? Yes. Okay. Now more settings, right? More settings. Application name here, observe here. Okay, after this Python interpreter selected, right? Now more settings. Within the more settings, application name, see here, project name you are given as my project one. Application name you are going to give some demo application, right? Yes, demo app. At the bottom you will be seeing a create option. Can you see create option at the bottom? Yes. See that?
Yes, sir.
You are given the project folder. You are given the application folder. But one thing, if you are going with the VS Code for creating project, for creating application, we need to write some commands. Here, what are the first two steps here? Creating project and application folder, both happening simultaneously, right? I've given project folder, application folder, but if you go with the other IDs like VS Code or Atom ID, we need to have some commands to create project and application. Here, not required. Create. Anyone facing problem? Yes.
Sir, what is that VENV, sir, in location?
Yeah.
DJANGO apps, my project.
Yeah. Where is it? Yeah. So
there.
here, if you observe virtual environment, virtual environment, virtual environment means your Python is available in your system, right? Physically,
Yes.
and one more copy virtually. I want to have it Python within this, right? Virtual environment means virtually another copy of Python. So it is going to create it. Where
Okay, sir.
in C, DJANGO apps, where it will create. See, once you create it, you will see DJANGO apps folder that you have created in my project one. You will see VENV, VENV. Within that, what all you see in your Python installed folder, everything will be brought under this VENV. In your Python, in your system, Python is installed, right?
Yes, sir.
1 second. Yeah, 1 second. Give me a second. Okay. Observe here, right? So here, virtual environment means all the whatever in the Python installation folder within a C drive where you have installed Python. See here where Python is installed in C drive, Python 311 folder within that python.exe. See, whatever is present in the Python installation folder, everything it is going to bring again, it is going to be stored in your project, with the name virtual VENV means virtual environment. You can see all those things available in your project folder also. For every project, you will have this virtual environment where your Python will be brought one more copy into this, right? Yes, that's what we call virtual environment. But if you observe carefully in VS Code, in Atom, in other IDEs, we have to create it. But here we no need to create. Automatically it searches for Python. Automatically it creates, and it is clearly saying where it is getting created. Virtual environment, nothing but another copy of Python where it is in your project folder in Django apps, what you have created. It's okay. So here, this is your demo application name, right? Yes. Say create, right? Yes. So it takes a little bit time creating your project folder, creating virtual environment. Creating virtual environment means, yes, the Python will be brought. Okay. Updating Python interpreter is error configuring SDK.
Sir, it is asking installing these Django like that, sir.
Yes, installing Django, it will say installing Django. Yes. File, close project, new project, Django. My project one, right. Python 3.10. I'll just select this time. 1 second. More settings. More application. Right. Create. Yes. Updating Python interpreter. Yes. Okay. So here, what is the problem is, okay, 1 second. I'll just create some different folder name, right? Already with the same folder names, I got many folders available. So the Django applications, the Django applications, right? So already I got with the same folder name, many are created. So 1 second, let me check now. Select Django. Yes, I'm browsing with a different name. So Django applications, Django applications. Okay. Within that, yes, okay, I'll say Python 3.11 only by default. More settings. Yes, demo application, right? Demo app, right? And just say create. Let me check now, right? Yeah, it's Django getting installed now. Django is installing now, because previously Django apps for every batch I'm taking the same folder name if somewhere in my system. So I given a different application name, means that where my applications are getting stored. Right? Everyone project folder should be created, application folder should be created, and Django need to be installed. We don't need to install it. Django is getting installing. See, it's saying installing Django. It's going to create your project folder. It is going to create your application folder, and Django is getting installed here. Django getting installed, installing Django. Yes. Everyone got this? Everyone facing issue? Anybody facing problem here?
It
No,
didn't
sir.
show me all those, but I'm able to see
What is-
the my project one demo app and my all those. How to verify if it installed correctly or not?
It is coming to a page with URL patterns is equal to path.
Okay, 1 second. 1 second.
Correct,
See,
that is right.
at the bottom, discovering binary modules. Discovering binary modules, right? Yes. Still it's going on at the bottom. See, updating skeletons. Updating skeletons. See, everyone, can you see your at the left side, the Django application, where your applications are stored, and in that, what is that? My project name also I given. What is the Django applications only? So my project name also Django. Okay, this is my project name, and within that one more project you will get, right? So here this is one more. If you observe carefully, you should have got two folders. So if you just minimize it, this is your project name, Django application. This is my project name. So if you just unfold it, everyone got this?
Yes, sir.
Everyone got with
Yes,
your
sir.
whatever name you are given, with that name. Okay. With the same name, right? Yes. Actually, I need to give some project name. I forgot to give, right? So here, yes, with the same project name, one more folder you will see, inner project folder you will say. Inner
Yes.
project. So, it's inner. So in the inner project folder, you see some .py files by default. We no need to create. We no need to create inner project folder. You click it. Everyone, can you see this settings.py, urls.py? Everyone able to see it? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, along with it, I'm
Sir.
seeing template folder also.
Yes.
Along with
You'll
this.
also. Yeah, you will also
Yes,
get
sir.
templates folder also. You should get templates folder also. But for me, it's still updating skeletons. At the bottom, can you see? It's still updating.
Yes, sir.
Means I
Okay.
need to create everyone. You need to see templates folder also should be created. Yes.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Can everyone see templates folder also available in the structure, project structure? For me, it's not showing, but slowly it will show because at the bottom, still it is updating. And still your total project structure is not created. After some time, you see the template folder because MVT, right? So here templates, if you want to write any of your HTML code or CSS code, templates folder compulsory required. So you see that template, but don't think like immediately my template's not created. Again, removing this project, again going with the next new project creation. Don't, just wait for 2 minutes. By the time, see at the bottom, updating skeleton. Okay. 1 second. Your evaluation period as expert, which I will now exit. Okay, just say, just what I will do, just it gets closed. Again, I will restart it. 1 second. PyCharm. I'm opening this PyCharm. Say okay. So in this version, PyCharm is a licensed version, right? PyCharm is a licensed version. After 30 days, one more feature what you observe in PyCharm means autosave option. Autosave option. Automatically it gets saved. You no need to save by saying every time Control S, Control S. Once you are after 30 days your license gets completed, right? Then for every 30 minutes it will automatically get shut down and your data will be saved automatically. Again, you can start it, but again for next 30 minutes you can work with it. But for the new versions, it is not, the feature is not given. But okay, later I'll discuss, right? Once your license gets completed, what are the other ways you can do, and we can work on this. So observe here. Now you can see my templates folder, DJANGO application, my project folder, DJANGO application, my project folder, and see this, you got templates folder, right? Everyone got this templates folder, me also got that. Okay, now observe here. Go to urls.py. Everyone double click this urls.py and in your inner project folder, there will be outer project folder and inner project folder. First, if you minimize everything, this is your outer project folder. If you just click, you will get one more inner folder with the same name, with your project name. Click it, inner project folder and urls.py. You can see this screen, right? Whatever you see on my screen, you will able to see this urls.py. This is the comment. This is the comment. This is the comment. Delete that comment. You just select that comment and close that. Delete it. It's not. You will just click it. Yes. So this is the code already available. I no need to write anything. This is the code already available. So previously there was a function called in DJANGO 3 version to specify URL. URL function was available. URL means gmail.com, facebook.com, right? You want to specify some URL for your web application. Now you are not going to execute like a normal Python program, run module or executing like a normal. You need to give your request in the browser, Chrome, Google Chrome, right? You need to give the request, URL request. Then it is going to give the response for your request, right? So instead of previously it was URL, but now in 4 version, the URL function is deprecated. We are supposed to use re_path for specifying the URL for your web page. So if you got some basic knowledge of regular expressions, so if you are done with regular expressions, not a problem, but those who are not done with regular expressions, okay.
Vijay, I have one question, like Django, Node.js, Apache Tomcat, Nginx, like they all are under same category. They all are same applications for hosting the website.
See here, 1 second. Tomcat is a server. WebLogic is a server. Glassfish is a server. But DJANGO is a framework. Observe. I'm talking, you are say Tomcat, DJANGO, right?
Yeah.
So DJANGO has got its own application server. If you want to connect with Tomcat also, you can. It's an application server, right? Tomcat. DJANGO is a framework for building the entire web applications, right? So DJANGO is a framework where it will provide a file structure where we need to keep HTML files, CSS files, templates folder, Python files, all that are images, videos, a structure to be followed. And already it has got the predefined Python files. We don't need to write any file logics. Most of the logics will be already available. If you go and see in settings.py, double click the settings.py. And if you go and check in this databases, so installed applications, everything will be available. All the code will be available. We don't need to write anything. Simple. For example, DJANGO has got its own database, SQLite 3. Just remove this SQLite 3. I removed it and just say MySQL here. If you want to connect to MySQL. If you want to connect to MySQL, just give MySQL there. If you want to connect to Oracle, just say Oracle here. And next, you need to give that username and password of Oracle or username and password of MySQL if you are connecting with whatever database. By default, it has got its own database name, SQLite 3. Right? So Control Z, right? Yes. So they're very simple. Right? In database, if you want to connect, remove it and say MySQL and remove all this and say the username and password of MySQL or username and password of Oracle, right? So in this way, it has got already pre-written codes available. We don't need to write the codes in this. We just where you want to do the modifications, changes that you need to know, right? For developing a web application. So in urls.py to specify some URL to your web page, right? So just raw string, just to give like this raw string. So this indicates start with. This symbol say starts with. So demo is my, I'm just giving demo ends with. So if you have got knowledge of regular expressions, it doesn't have, otherwise later when I start the next 1 week, I'll be starting regular expressions, right, in Python course. So if anybody, if not done, or if just you can attend the section of the regular expressions. Start with, ends with. It means dollar symbol. Start means this one, start and end. Demo, this my, just if I specify demo in the web page, my application, okay, Control Z. Whenever I give this demo as my URL, so okay, what functionality I need to use? What functionality? Go to that views.py. One views.py file is available. Your demo application, can you see if you unfold that? Views.py is available. Can you see here? If you unfold demo application, views.py. Within the views.py, define a function, Python function. Any name, what name? I'm giving input function. If you give this demo URL on your web page, then whenever the say enter, it should go and execute. In the views, the input function need to be executed. All right. Okay. So it is giving red marks here for this and for this. 2 red marks I am able to see. So for both, import statements need to be required. For path, it's already available. Means this statement you don't need to remove, keep it as it is. And for repath, after path, comma, re_path you say. For both path and repath, same import statement, say repath. So that error gone for it. And for views, so you need to import from which folder? From demo application folder, views are in views. Where is this views available? Where is this views available? In demo application, views is available. So from demo application, import views, you say, that's it. This error also will be gone, right? Yes. Gone, right? Yes. From demo app, import views. Yes, completed everyone. So there should not be any red mark here.
Vijay, what is this small r? I mean, path smaller.
So here, re_path. So whenever you work with raw string, we say it as raw string. So just start with R and just give your, okay, one second, control Z. I'll just discuss about these things. It's not the, see here, you are giving in double quote, starts with, ends with, demo. This all indicates raw string. I'll discuss what it is. So as of now, just to give this pattern like this. Yes. Okay, done with this, right? Only this one line you need to give, and just to give this re_path for import statement and this one, right? Now go to this views.py and define this input function. Can you see this views.py, right? Views.py, go to that views.py, double click it, and just define, you know how to define a function in Python. Def with what name? Input. Why input means I have given the same name in the URLs. So it should take the request. It should take the request. Yes, request. And return some response. It should take the request and shouldn't return response. What type of response? HTTP response. HTTP response. So just today I'm just showing you a basic application, but later I'll discuss in brief about all these technical terms. Return HTTP response. I want HTTP response. That response I want with different color image, with different colors and fonts, means go for HTTP. See, return HTTP response. If I say, okay, for example, hello world. If I say HTTP response hello world will be printed normally, but I want HTML kind of response, means HTML body. Yes, body. Within the body I want some BG color, background color is within the double quote. You cannot have another double quote, go with single quote. Then BG color red I want, text color I want yellow color, right? YELLOW, yellow color, right? I'm closing this body. So I want some kind of HTML kind of response. So HTML, if you want to write HTML code within the Python code, keep within the double quotes and write the HTML code. If you want to write HTML code within the Python code, write HTML body. I want total body color or web page color as red color, text color in the I want as yellow. And next here, yeah, I'm saying in bold form. HELLO, hello world. Hello world, right? Yes. Close this body. Yes. /p you say. /body. Yes. /HTML. /HTML, right? Yes. Sorry. Okay. So this one, HTML, everything you keep in double quotes, body, BG color red, text color yellow, bold /b, hello world, right? And here you are giving some kind of red mark here. You got some red mark for HTTP response, means you need to write the import statement for HTTP response from DJANGO.http import HTTP response, right? RESPONSC HTTP response, right? Yes, right? No need to save, auto save option. Everyone done with this? Just input function, an HTTP response, HTML, just write the HTML code within this and give some import statement for this. Fine, right? That is done, right? Now what we do? Bottom terminal you can see. What is that? You didn't get?
Get the views point file. That folder, demo app folder.
You didn't get the demo app folder.
Yes.
So you should have missed creating your application folder. While creating prior folder only, you should have given the name for application also. So once again, you can just go through that video, right? While creating a project, you should also create application folder. Otherwise, the application folder won't be created. Okay, otherwise you can just, we'll say other application. Okay, at that time I'll once again brief you about that. While creating a project, at the first time where you are creating your project name, a virtual environment, at that time also more settings we need to click and see the application name, right? Yes. So here everyone, if you are done with this, go to the terminal at the bottom. Go to the terminal at the bottom, right? Yes. Python. manage.py, Python manage.py, migrate, say migrate and say enter. Python manage.py, migrate. See this is the step I said, right? Yes. Migrate. This is what we are writing. We're done with URL, we are done with the views. We are saying migrate now, run server and give the request. So just at the bottom you can see terminal, Python manage.py, migrate. If any errors are there or if anything is there, we'll display this here. So it will say applying means applying. You should get this. If anyone getting process finished with exit code 1, you got error. So it will just say applying this to all this, right? So next again you click py manage.
Sorry to interrupt. How you open this console?
At the bottom terminal is there, right?
Yes.
The terminal clicking.
Okay. So once you click on the terminal, it will open.
Yes. Say py manage.py. So everyone try to say py manage.py and migrate. First thing is migrate. After saying migrate, you should get like this. Applying. What all this I'll discuss that, but you should get the output in this manner. So
I'm getting import error. It says, are you sure it's installed and available on your Python path? Couldn't import DJANGO.
won't install DJANGO means whenever you are creating project, DJANGO has to be installed. For you, I think while DJANGO is not properly installed. Otherwise, you can say here pip install DJANGO is
Okay.
pip install DJANGO is here. If it is done, it's fine. Otherwise, you need to recreate your project folder.
Okay.
Is it doing? Is it getting installed?
I'm trying.
py manage.py, run server. py manage.py. Okay. If you're done with this migrate option, now run server. py manage.
Was it the first one when we are migrating? Is it py manage.py migrate or Python manage.py migrate?
Anything is fine. Python or py, anything you can say, right?
Okay.
Run server. There is a typo in run server. py you can say, otherwise Python you can say. Anything is fine. py manage.py. After you do migrate, we need to say run server. There is a typo in server, right? Yes. Now, if you say run server, right, your server will be started slowly. So this is what your server HTTP. This is what the IP address, and this is the port. 8000 is the port where your DJANGO is running. So 8000 is the port where your DJANGO is running, right? Done with this, everyone got it? So right click.
What is this manage.py Python file? What it does?
See, whenever you create, observe your project structure. Can you see your project structure? Everything at the last,
Yes.
at the last below the templates. Can you see manage.py?
Yes.
So everything in your project, everything is going to be managed by this .py file. If you want to create an application, or if you want to create, or if you want to run server, or if you perform anything, this is required. This file is required. So every time we say py manage.py migrate, you say py or python manage.py migrate, python manage.py run server. So this compulsory, every time we need to use this manage.py. So along with this, if this managed, for some of you, this manage.py won't be created. In such case, you cannot perform anything. So in your project structure, manage.py is compulsory, which is going to be performing all the things for running server, for migrating, for creating application, for all this manage.py compulsory. Right? So here everyone got this. Right
Is
click.
the run is the run server one word or two words?
Run server is a single word.
Okay.
py manage.py run server, right?
So can you show the urls.py once?
urls.py is this.
Yes.
Part.
Okay.
This only line we need to type. And this from demo app, import views, _path.
So I'm able to pip install and execute the manage.py and migrate. Migrate and also run server.
You are getting it?
Yeah.
So okay, once you got it right, yes. Now copy this. Everyone just copy this. Otherwise, click it. Copy it or click it. Copy, and I'll just open a Chrome browser. I'll open a Chrome browser. In that, I'll paste it. Otherwise, if you click it also, it will be opened. And here, what is the URL we have specified in urls.py? Demo, right? Demo, so that we need to provide here. Demo, 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 right? Yes. And say enter. It is printing. It is giving the response hello world, right? Yes. Whenever we are giving any request in your browser, it is giving response, HTTP response, whatever we are given in views.py. So here it is giving response. Everyone got the result, right? So simple web application creation, just a small urls.py, views.py, migrate and run server and giving the request and getting the response. Everyone got it? Anyone got error? Yes. Or anybody wants to share the screen? Okay, so you can do it right. Just download, install PyCharm, and try to work with this web application, right? If you have got any errors, you can check it. Still, if you are facing the problem, you can just intimate me in the tomorrow session. So I'll stop here for now. Yes, applications creation. Yes. Django with VS Code also I will be showing you, right? So nearly some applications in this PyCharm, some applications in VS Code I'll be showing, right? In VS Code also I'll be showing you, right? Mm,
Vijay can upload the recordings, so you can start the installation. And see.
yes. So you'll be getting a, for today's you'll be getting a YouTube link, right? They'll be posting today's session in the YouTube, right? And you can just, they'll be providing a link by afternoon. You can just go through, right? Yes. So yes, still if anyone facing problem, you know, once you get right. Otherwise, if you want to share the screen, you can share the screen if anybody wants that. Okay. So hope you understood. We will be developing web application step by step, line by line, right? You people will be doing parallelly along with me. It's not like Python, just you need to develop step by step. Very different varieties of applications, right? Yes. Fine. Any queries you have got, anyone?
Hello.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, good morning, sir. Myself, Balaswamy.
Yes.
Yeah, sir, recently I passed out BTech, sir. So, due to backlog, I didn't complete my BTech in same year after 4 years. Sir. I completed after 6 years. Can you get job in IT sector, sir? Learning Python and DJANGO.
So if you got a degree, if you have got your certificate, degree, right? If the degree is
Yeah.
must. Right? Degree, if you got, it's fine. You are eligible for a software job, right? You got a degree.
Okay. Even my age also 28, 29.
So whatever it is, if you have got content, if you have got some depth in the subject, if you have got good command on the subject, definitely they will keep all the things aside, right? If you have got good knowledge, but at the same time, degree also required. Same time, your technical skills. Please be new. Yes. So degree is required, and also your command in the subject is required. Both required, right? Fine. Any other queries, right?
So I'm getting an error with the same, it couldn't import Django. It's,
So pip install Django.
yeah, it is.
Pip install Django. The terminal.
Okay, it says like install upgrade pip to update, something like that.
Nothing.
Can I
No need to do that. So here, 1 second. Share the screen.
Yes, sir.
So if anyone facing, okay, now you say up arrow, you click and say up arrow in your keyboard. Yes. Once again, you click up arrow again. Don't say enter. Did you
Okay.
Python manage.py migrate? That's what I want. Yes. Click it. Do you have got Python in your system?
Yes, sir, I do have it. I have also installed community edition before.
I'm sure it is installed and available in Python. Virtual environment is not.
Yeah, it's
Line 22 manage.py. Manage.py is available. Yes. Okay. Once again you do a project, right? And
okay, sir.
once again, see one thing. In the first step, it takes some time creating project, creating application, creating installing Django, right? At that time, don't disturb it, right? After your total structure is created, you can. So once again, you create one more project and check. Still, if you are facing the another problem, I'll let you know tomorrow, right? How we can.
Okay, sir.
There won't be
Sure.
any sun problem, right? Yes.
Okay,
Still,
sir.
anyone facing any problem, right? Okay. So you can go through the video and everyone just work with this normal installation, right? Tomorrow we'll see more on this step by step. Fine. So I'm stopping for now. Tomorrow at 9:30, right? Same time. You can follow the same link tomorrow also. So yes.